Are you all right,
Right.
Dirtham?
Pasha, you were thrown in prison.
I'm surprised it happened so late.
Are you all right?
I keep... Every time I touch something with any bit of history, I'm flung, and I see things, and I keep shooting things out of my hand, and I don't like it. I don't approve of it. I don't appreciate it.
Would it be all right if I help you?
If you are going to offer me magic lessons, then I disapprove. I don't. I just want to get rid of this thing. I can suppress it. I can suppress it. That's a healthy thing to do.
Pasha.
Right?
Pasha, no. That is the worst thing you can do with magic. I am a mage and also a darkspawn. Trust me, that is the worst thing you can do.
Do I connect to the Fade now? Can demons see me? Can demons see me, Dirtham?
Pasha, you were always connected to the Fade. Every time you dream, you're in the Fade.
I know, but I'm not... You're conscious or whatever. It makes possession easier.
He's gonna just go up and like gently just hold her by the shoulders and just go to a bench and just sit down, and then sit down next to her.
First, breathe.
I'm breathing. I am perfectly calm.
Pasha.
That's a lie. I'm not perfectly calm.
Pasha. Just slow down.
I think actually as she like claps, she probably winces.
Yeah.
A little bit as she's smacking her hands together.
And she's just gonna say,
"Tell me 5 things you see."
5 things. I see the floor. I see the sky. I see that tree. I see the guard who was outside the jail reading a book over there. And I see you.
All right. Now, what's 4 things that you feel?
Terrified.
No,
terrified.
No. Physical sensation.
I feel pain from my hands. I feel the clothes on my back, the shoes on my feet, and the bench.
Okay.
I'm forgetting the rest of the therapy technique, but he goes through the rest of it, the grounding. And then when they're at the end, he goes,
"Okay. Never done this before, but I taught myself how to do all this shit, so the magic is based off emotion. It is based off your feelings, your thoughts, your connections to your dreams. The more you suppress that, the more those feelings will be stored and will gather energy to then explode in a much more devastating fashion later. The more you push them down, the more they will bubble until the lid pops off and bad things happen. That's the number one thing I learned when I taught myself."
I hear you, Dirtham. I hear you. I am Tamazran. I am not Cerebas. I refuse it. I will not return to Sahara to have my mouth sewn shut. I am one who speaks. You cannot speak if your mouth is shut.
That sounds accurate.
I don't know what to do.
Welcome to life. I'm not going to teach you magic, first off. All right?
Okay.
I'm also not going to teach you how to repress. Because Dumont knows I do that too much. Well, I used to. Instead, I want you to feel. Not feel the magic, but feel like there's a well inside of yourself. There's this pool. It's energy. Just observe it. Don't do anything with it. Don't spill it over. Don't break it. Don't use it. Just look at it. Observe it. Just feel it.
I'll try.
Good. That's all I ask.
I just don't want to put the others at risk. That's all. I don't want to put anyone at risk.
And I will help you, so you do not.
I don't think Pasha will say anything after that. I think she just kind of sits with, her head in her hands, and she just sits there.
And Daretham will just sit with her and will just occasionally put a few reminders of breathing, just something just slowly calm. Doesn't teach any bit of magic, doesn't say, we're going to use this arcane lance for something. He just sits there and will just remind her, just observe the well. Don't do anything with it, just observe it. And that, I think, will be it.
Yeah. I'm going to find Balm, like I said.
Yeah. You will find Balm. I think that Balm is currently... does anybody wish to have a massage this morning? Just out of curiosity. If not, he's going to massage the NPCs. Okay, well, then he'll be massaging the NPCs. Okay, so we'll say that he probably will be... It'll probably be Nathan, then, because I think Rosie and Darren were accounted for. So yeah, Nathan is... I think this is probably his first time having a massage from Balm. And he's kind of just laying down and says, Maker's breath, if I had just known that your techniques was this good, Balm, I would have signed up earlier. And Balm just chuckles to himself and says, I'm happy to hear that I'm able to help you release some tension that I can imagine a young man such as yourself has gotten throughout this adventure. Oh, hey, Taryn. Nathan says.
Hey Nathan, you're enjoying the tension movement going on right now?
Yes, I am. You should definitely jump in on this afterwards. I would recommend it.
Maybe I will. I've done some massages before, but they were pretty terrible, to be honest.
Tyrion, one of the things I was doing while I was speaking with some of the people here is about acupuncture.
Oh.
Apparently, the techniques actually originated here, from what I've been told.
Oh, that is unique. That is very interesting. So, acupuncture for me. I mean, looking from the styles and all. Have you been learning from them, by any chance?
I've certainly been asking a lot of questions. I don't know how long we're going to be lingering here, but if we happen to decide to linger here for a while, I certainly would be taking advantage of the knowledge, if I may.
Probably won't be staying for long at least, but hey, you get what you can get while we're busy with our own stuff.
Did you need something from me, Tyrion?
Just checking on you, seeing how you are.
Checking on me? Well, I'm perfectly fine. Thank you for asking, he says.
He's good. Are you? Just checking. Yesterday gave me a little bit of an odd look.
Well, yesterday I was dealing with some things from our previous fight. you can tell that even through the night, he was still avoiding even looking at Rosie, even last night.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, hey Nathan, I think we can have a private chat. What's our problem?
Sure, he says. He gets up and he sort of like stretches himself. I think I'm gonna go ahead and find some breakfast.
Yeah, I think it's very smelling. That's for sure.
With that, he will leave the two of you alone.
He'll take he'll just take a seat for now. Like he'll maybe find a stool and he'll say, "We have our own private time right now. Tell me, what's bothering you?"
Tyrion, I thought that you decided to give up your doctorly duties.
Well, not being there doesn't mean I can't help a friend out, right?
Well, let me ask you this. Something major happened in your life and made you decide to stop using your doctorly skills, let's say. What made you decide to do it again, to start doing it again?
He sort of thinks for a bit. Well, if going to be honest, it's because in that area, that's what I've known to do for most of my life. Whatever issues we have with our past, whatever mistakes we made, does that stop from our work? Should we just drop the mantle of our duty just because of what we did?
I think you do if you believe that you might be a danger to other people. If I'm not able to control my sheer strength, I feel like I should be locked away in a cell or something for the rest of my days. So, yes, I can keep other people safe from me. I see you nodding there, Callista.
When that night happened, after that, yes, I felt guilty, right, that I committed such an action that now has probably brought the entirety of Intercity into flames. But something, I don't know, had a conversation with someone. He said, do you believe you are a good person? I answered somewhat. He said, if you believe you are a good person, if you believe that is what you are, that you can do help by being someone who's good, a person who's being good, why stop? I knew what I did, and that I will answer for it when we're done with all of this, but doesn't mean I should just stop because of that. I couldn't handle my emotions, I know what I did bad, but doesn't mean I should stop helping everyone else around here because of that event.
What you say makes sense, Tyrion. It makes perfect logical sense. Perhaps I'm just scared.
We're all scared. We all have our fears. Well, look, I know right now you're questioning yourself a lot. All I can think of saying is, even if you believe that you think you're a burden, you're not. You've helped us along this way, and even if you did that one problem, you've still been help. You still helped all of us where we are now.
Ultimately, you all will have to confront the Magister Siderials. That is where this mission is going to reach its end. And if we're going to be fighting against 4 of them. That is what I'm most afraid of, if I even should participate in such a battle. Or if I should keep myself behind the lines.
I think, Balm, everyone among all of us are afraid against the Magisters. Hell, for all I know, if they can do the same to me, I might injure someone that I loved or cared for. We're all in that same position. You're not the only one, my friend. The only thing we can do is hope that we can succeed.
What about you then, Tyrion? You have this opportunity to ascend to godhood, which sounds like quite a bit of a responsibility.
Yeah, I have to say so myself also.
If you believe such a thing can help other people, would you take that responsibility? Warts and all.
If I am to be frank or honest, I'm not so sure. On the one hand, I feel I can do some good being, someone with that power. But on the other, I only fear of my emotions. How far am I gonna... If I do ascend, what will I become?
Certainly not the god of sponge baths.
Then the tale of a single man will go around and kill everyone in bathtubs. No.
I like that. God of unlicensed medical work. God of uncertified professions. I like that. Whenever you attempt to do something that you're not certified for, you're like, Tyrion, dear God, Tyrion, please let this work. I'm not certified, but let this work. That's a perfect.
That's a good
perfect
one. That's
God.
a good one. God of unlicensed.
God of the unlicensed. Yes. Yes, God of faking it until you make it. I love it. I love it. That is perfect.
God of, are you a doctor? Admin!
Hi, everybody. Yeah.
God of, I may not be a doctor, but I play one on TV.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, I am. If the responsibility is there, if I could do some good, then yes, I will take it. I think the only thing the reason I'm hesitant is because of I feel like I want to pay some penitence for what I did. I don't know. Just as much as I know, I don't want to continue being obsessed, and we shouldn't be obsessed over the things we've gone through because of the things we did. On the other hand, it's just, same fare as you, I guess.
Well, if you ask me, Tyrion, if you were descending to godhood, I'd like to believe that you would be a good one.
He nods. I hope so too. Hey, if you ever need help, maybe I'm up there. You can call upon me.
He will smile a little bit. I definitely will take that in consideration. Though I do have to admit, just so that we're clear, if Daretham also reaches godhood, I might be a little biased and partial.
Oh, you what? You take your friend over your apprentice?
He sort of chuckles a little bit and says, I don't see... Well, you make a good point. I don't see why I couldn't be polytheistic.
I sort of like tap him on the back, like as a friendly gesture. It's all right. I just hope that for all of us, everything goes well.
He will give you a light, for him light, like pat on the back. It might be a little more forceful.
He'll brunt it. He'll brunt it. No, he's a strong guy. So
that's fine. Yeah.
So yeah, about, I'll say by midday, you are all gathered back to the main hall where you first met Daztrul. And he will just regard you all. So, have you made your decisions?
I'd say so.
Yes.
And do any of you wish to take the trials?
We all do.
Very well. As by your blood right, if you wish, you may go first. Do so.
Well, it's fitting the one who speaks does breath first.
Very well. Follow me to the trial of breath.
Wish me luck. Might be a god, might die.
You can all watch. You can all come.
Oh.
You can all watch, but he's the one taking the trial. He will then lead you out of the main temple and down the road to the second grandest building in this particular island's city. And when you step in, you find it is a courtroom.
Courtroom, eh?
I feel like I've been in this place before.
The way of the Scaled Ones has become that of debate, and thus the trial of breath is just that. Debate. You shall take on a topic and put forth your proposition on the matter. That is the first half. We will get to the second half.
If I remember correctly, Mike, I think the topic was whether you were for or against the experimentation of the blood mages of turning the dragons, the scaled ones, into the Kossith in the first place.
Yes.
That was the debate. Are you for or against that? Given that, the reason why they did that was so that they could have more powerful beings, because the Kossith are at least physically more powerful than the original scaled ones. So that is Rousseau, you have your choice as to which side of this you would like to debate, like which side you want to be for or against. It's up to you.
That's really hard because I could see him going either way. So I'm just gonna roll 1d2, then debate that.
Okay, fair enough.
1 for, 2 against.
Okay.
Against
it. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, trials even done by outsiders are a big deal. So you are presented with a full courtroom of people, and Daztrul will take the stand as head judge, and a council of 7 other judges actually take the stand with him. Your task is to debate whether or not the ancient experiments that created our brethren, the Kossith, was for the better or worse.
Rosie will lean. She's probably sitting next to Leon, and she leans towards Leon. She says, "Maybe don't pull out your paper airships in this one," she says.
But oh man, I just was folding one up too.
So, I feel like the moment they had they showed Rousseau a courtroom, he was like 1 second, like went in a room, then came out like in a suit.
Yes! Amazing. Awesome.
And has his hairstyle back like how he did with the date with Violetta, where it's like long on one side with the ponytail.
Oh, I love it. Oh, nice. And he just kind of struts in and is like, to be honest, like as soon as he saw the courtroom, at least deep inside was Russo like, yes.
It has been too long.
Yes. I know I got this. Go ahead.
I had my moment in session 7. Now it's happening
It
again.
was session 6, but the joke works.
The lawyer is back. The lawyer is back.
I feel like after he presented that, Russo would have very elegantly presented himself up and kind of stitched his hand forward. Ultimately, the experiment that resulted in the Kosif has done nothing but confuse waters and could have bridged the gap between us scaled ones and the rest of society much sooner rather than later.
I mean, that's a fair thing. Sure, you can give yourself +2 to related rolls for favorite terrain. Sure, I'll let you have it.
Alright, let me pull up that sheet. So ultimately, I believe that the process of creating more Kosif, or reflecting back on what was done in the first place, should ultimately have been seen as a slight against the natural curve and should be embraced in a better light, to where we just present ourselves forward and most openly, and the best way to do that is to remain with the true scaled ones.
At this, the council will deliberate for a moment, and you will see that 5 out of the 8 will give a sign that they agree, and the others will not.
And I think one of them will actually say, do you have any further arguments or points you wish to make before the other side gives their main points of argument, Mr. Russo Alren?
I will only say that it is best to work with an open and full hand rather than a conceited one, just for the sake of so.
Well put, Mr. Alren. Now then, I told you that debate was the first half of your trial. The second half is to debate the counterpoint. You must get at least one of us to change our vote. If you are successful, then you have passed the trial of breath.
The true test is whether or not you are able to argue against yourself, they said, and debate against possibly what you may have believed to be your true feelings on the subject.
God damn it. And then there's like a dark shadow Russo on the other end of the room.
There you go.
No, so just for my sake, they're basically saying, like, can you argue, like, essentially you becoming that?
Can you counter everything you just said? All the points that you just made, can you counterpoint them enough to sway?
To get at least one person.
To get at least one person to change their mind. Yes.
Okay. I feel I properly can, if given the moment.
Take the time you need.
Okay. And then he'll, like, get up and walk over to the other stand on the other side of the room.
Yes.
Now, in retort to what I just said over there, ultimately, we could argue that the cost of becoming a reality was for the benefit in the long run. The scaled ones would not have evolved, grown, or changed in society as fast as they did had they not done that ritual and made the two separate species of scaled one. The other thing, too, is that this has allowed myself the nuance of understanding both sides of what it means to be a true scaled one and a Kunari. Honestly, your best pitch forward would be to make more Kosif as ambassadors of your people, because they already have a firm foot to stand on in negotiating with the other races and nations of Thetis.
I'm gonna say that I would say there would be some nods in the council.
I agree. There are some nods. You successfully get 2 to change their opinion.
Leon, now you can throw your paper airship now.
Okay.
The entire party just throws them.
Yeah, the entire party just
I put like little confetti on the airplane wings so it like glitters as it comes
It
out.
goes over the council, who are just looking so completely unimpressed, like, what the fuck is this?
Nazgul will see this and, with a huff,
We're kidding, we promise. It was a joke.
This whole time,
It was just a prank, bro.
Just a prank, bro.
oh no, he just turned all the paper to ash.
The whole time, Dartham is just going.
I'm surrounded by children.
And with that, Russo will give almost like a curtsy nod. Is there anything else you wish of me, Council?
Oh, but your point of ambassador, that was actually quite an interesting one. It is something that I and the council would actually like to discuss with you before you leave us.
I'd be more than obliged to have that conversation with you.
Thank you.
I keep trying to call him Dartzul or something, but it's Daztrul.
He's just
Yeah.
so dazzly.
It's actually an anagram of all of the 7 old gods.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see. I like that. That's cool. Really cool. I love that. Let's say the trial is over. Rousseau is passed. One could argue maybe you would expect Rousseau to be the easiest of the ones because he's already a scaled one. So, what are you doing with the hoop, Tyrion, after this is over?
So he's sort of. So I think he's gonna take some private time by himself. Like he's just going to I need a moment by himself, and he's gonna find like a place secluded, like outside. And he's going to again pull out the hoop. I don't know what this thing is, but Luke gave this to me. And he's gonna put it on.
You put on as a bracelet, and the hoop starts to shrink and tighten around your wrist. But before it starts to tighten to this point that it cuts circulation, it doesn't get to that point. It actually tightens and then starts to meld into your flesh, meld into your wrist. And then once it melds into your wrist, the mark or the etching that was on the hoop is now appearing on your wrist like a tattoo almost. It's right there. And as soon as it does, do you have any chakra points at current?
Yeah, I have 5.
Yeah, go ahead and use up one. We'll say that one of you you use up one of your chakra points. Well, actually, I want to make this more dramatic. And you actually roll. You said 5. Roll me a d6. Roll me a d6.
What does the sigil look like? Actually, I never asked. What does the sigil look like? The sigil.
Well, you wouldn't be able to recognize because it's a constellation. It's a symbol for a constellation that doesn't exist in
All right.
in your world, so you wouldn't know. But okay, 4. So you use 4 chakra points for this. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
So, I'm going to say that Tyrion, you start to feel again your flesh start to shift around. And your entire body starts to transform, similar to when you transform into a dragon. But instead of turning into a dragon, you start to grow taller and taller and taller and taller until you turn into a tree, a scaled fruit tree that's swaying in the wind. But you're still sentient. You still know what's happening. How do you react? What do you do?
He's frightened right now. He's like, what the? He just turned from a person to a tree.
Yeah.
And in a moment, I think he's probably gonna try and see if there's any way to no, back on you.
You speak, but for what? Somehow, even without a mouth, you can audibly hear your voice saying, "No, back." You can hear yourself speaking even without somehow a disembodied voice from the tree. And then roll me a magic roll. I just want to see what you get. Roll me a magic roll.
I was 14 with 6
Okay.
some point.
Yeah, after a few
15.
seconds, 15.
15.
After a few seconds, yes, you do transform back into your original form.
What the? He looks at his wrist where this symbol
With the tattoo, yes.
What in the name of? And he's trying to comprehend like everything that just happened in that like entire minute, in his head. Like, yeah, he's. This is what he's doing.
I think Darren is probably going to notice this, and we haven't had a Darren moment in a while.
Oh, yeah.
So Darren goes up to you and says, "Okay, Darren, what are you panicking about now?"
Oh, Darren, I don't know. I think I just turned into a fucking tree.
I didn't realize there was a breed of trees that did that. I thought that they
No.
did that through pollination. Maybe I should talk to Leon about that.
No, I don't know. No, definitely not that. What you think? It's just he looks at his arm, and you can definitely see like the symbol, like the small etching.
Did you just get yourself a new tattoo?
No, I don't use tattoos unless you're thinking these are tattoos. He points at his scars.
So what is that?
I have to be honest. There was this hoop I found in my pocket, this like bracelet of sorts. Put it on, don't know, and then it just etched into my skin.
What? I've never heard of something like that.
Same as me. I'm best frightened as you.
So, well, where is it now? Can you take it off?
I don't know. He's gonna feel for the. Like there's nothing. He just feels his wrist.
Nothing, but as soon as your hand goes against the wrist, you feel like you could will the bracelet off if you wanted to.
He's going to sort of think, and he's gonna do it. He's gonna.
Yeah, it comes off. Yeah. Wow, that's a trick.
Magic.
Have all of you turned into mages overnight? She asked.
No, I don't know if these whole chakra things could even be described as magic, but still, it's just. I just found it in my pocket, and the next thing I just put it on just to see what it is, and then.
I guess the bigger question is, where did you get it from?
When we visited we visited a different place, you can say, not Tavis, somewhere else, and then.
Oh yes, Daretham told me about that.
I told you about strange place, I have to say, but very technologically advanced somehow.
So they gave this to you as a gift?
No, I didn't even know they gave someone gave it to me. I think it was during.
How do you do that, Taryn? You run into all these people. They're sneaking things into your pocket.
Look. A young kid gave me a hug and he gave me some useful.
A young kid?
Yes, I think it was, I don't know, some
average-looking normal kid. I hope so.
Look, okay, we spoke a bit, and then he hugged me, and then he just gave this to me, and strange friends, right? Strange people you meet along the way.
I'm starting to see a pattern that the five of you, for some reason, everything good seems to happen to you. Oh yes, you want to be a dragon form? Here. Oh, do you want to turn into a god? Here. Do you want these magical bracelets that lets you transform you into effing trees? Here.
Jealousy.
And all I hear from you, Taryn, is complain, complain, complain.
What would you do if you turn yourself to a tree then?
I don't know. It depends on what kind of tree, I guess. I probably would try to transform into some aesthetically pleasing arbor arbor thing.
He mutters under his breath.
So can this thing only transform you into trees, or can it transform you into other things?
I haven't tried. All I know, it drains me of my chakra.
How about you use it to transform yourself into not a whiny bee?
You, damn you! Damn you! How would you go? Just go back. Just. You know, you get under my skin, and I know you love doing it.
Yes. That's how I do. That's how I'm very successful with what I do, Tara. And I get under your head. I get under your skin, and then when you least suspected, pounce. Yes.
He sighs. He closes his eyes, trying to calm down. And again, he's gonna look at the hoop. Well, whatever it else does was given to me for a reason. Don't anyone give something this strong for nothing.
So are you going to tell the others, or is this just going to be a secret between you and I, Tyrion?
I'd rather keep this a secret for now.
Ooh. Is this a secret that you even want me to keep from Daretham as well?
For now.
Oh, scandalous, she said.
Yes, scandalous. Yes, I know. But, I mean, I don't want to freak anyone else, and now I can do magic. And also, I'd rather see what else this can do by myself. I don't know if the others know about whatever this thing does, so... But anyway, for now, secret until I might reveal or whatever.
Well, what's stopping you from experimenting now? I want to see this thing at work. Transform into something else.
You tempt me, but he puts it on again.
Yeah,
and
the tattoo comes again, and you tell me what you want to transform into out of character, and I can tell you how many chakra points that'll require.
Ooh, this will be interesting. He's gonna see if he can try and turn into... Who do I pick? I'm gonna actually roll randomly.
Oh, interesting. Who?
Okay, this is outcome. Roll. I'm gonna try to turn to Daretham, actually.
Oh, nice. Okay, turning it to Daretham, it's somebody that you personally know. So I'll say one, because you personally know Daretham.
Chakra point I'm spent. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, there's a whole bunch of fruit around.
Oh
you.
yeah, right. I
Literally,
could just eat a fruit. I forget. Yeah.
You just eat some fruit and just fill up your chakra.
I'm gonna I'm gonna will myself to Daretham.
Yeah, you will. Actually, with just one chakra point, you will very easily transform into Daretham, physically at least.
I think Darkspawn. Okay. Because he knows you more.
Darkspawn Daretham.
Yeah. So. Well, this is interesting.
Darren's like looking at you up and down and said, "Huh. There's two Darethams. She says, looking like on the distance. And then she kind of does this.
Oh, please don't tell me that. Look, you're gonna do something with us two.
Honestly, I feel like Daretham, the real Daretham, would be down. If I was being honest.
There's a smile for a bit, and he's gonna think in his head for a bit, and he says,
Well, maybe with a little bit more of that scale dragon wine, he might be more down with it after that.
I mean, who knows? Up to Daretham if he really wants to do something like that.
Dominic, you need to get your girlfriend under control here. Just so you know, get this woman under control.
And he Tyrion realizes, I speak somewhat like him.
Yeah, very convincingly, actually.
That is.
Can I please show up?
Yeah, you can. You certainly can.
Okay. So Daretham walks up and goes,
Darren,
Oh, hey, Dartham.
What the fuck?
That's what I just thought. She says.
Well, this is not much of a surprise. But surprise though, I guess.
I guess for me it would be, what do I F? I suppose.
No.
That's
No. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Dartham. Who else do you think? And he gives like that grinning smile.
I think at this point, Derek's just laughing, like just hysterically at this whole thing.
Dispel magic.
Yeah, you want to cast Dispel Magic?
Yeah, okay,
Go ahead, roll a magic roll. I just want to see what you get. Roll a magic roll.
I'll roll. It's a spirit spell, so.
Roll an opposed magic.
A magic.
That would
He's
be
gonna
a
beat me.
22.
Sure, 22.
He's
You have to
gonna-
beat a 22.
Actually, no, that's not true. It would be a
I just got 7.
24.
Okay, yeah, you very easily dispel the magic, and he transforms back into Tyrion.
Oh, that was okay. That was. Ugh. Wow.
How did you do that?
How indeed?
That's a very good question. Who knows, to be honest.
Like I said, Dartham, are all of you turning into mages overnight? First there's Pasha, now there's Tyrion.
I don't know, but apparently dimension hopping does that to you.
Apparently.
Apparently so, I guess. Did they do the voice well, actually?
Oh, maybe we should find out if Valor is a mage, too.
Pasha will not be happy. Pasha will not be happy if that happens.
Do they have circles for beasts? Magical
No.
beasts?
Maybe,
Loophole.
Well, aren't there stories that they keep certain creatures for experimentation? Maybe that's what they do. Who knows?
But Dartham, or Tyrion, there's a lot of possibilities here if you can transform into essentially anyone you want.
Yeah. Depends on how long I can keep it up, then.
True. Obviously, you weren't able to fool Dartham, so...
Come on, there's two people. Who do you think is the real one?
The one that's less of a whiny bee.
No. There's again silence. Thank you.
She's just nodding at Dartham too.
Yeah, he just kind of goes like, he doesn't even say anything, but he says, "Thank you," and he gives her a kiss.
Yes, she kisses you back.
Anyway, I feel empty. Where's he's gonna take a drag. He's gonna.
You replenish as much chakra as you'd like.
I'm gonna replenish. I'll go back to 5.
Okay, you don't want to be greedy. That's fine.
I don't want to be super greedy. I'm just gonna keep it, as I was. But yeah, okay, cool. I have the.
All right. Well, if that's the case, I do have 30 minutes left, so we can do one more trial. I think I'm ready for the might trial. If you want to drive that one, Gremlin Mike, and I can present what the trial is whenever you're ready for me to present it. So. But I think you do have to island hop. I think, like, in order to do trials, you actually are physically going to the different islands that are associated with that chakra, if I remember correctly.
Okay, then in that case, we're gonna say that we took a cab to the courthouse because we were not on that island.
Right. Yeah, you flew to whichever, I don't remember what the island was called, with the breath island.
Give me a second and I can tell you. Visuda,
the island of Visuda. Okay, so moving into the might.
we are going to the Isle of Manipura.
Okay, cool.
I am going to say that since we are on the Island of Might, that the Council Elder of Might is presenting it. Go ahead, Mark.
Basically, essentially, this is a test of your physical strength and constitution, actually. And so, it is essentially going to be a Ninja Warrior style obstacle course. So, which is mostly a bunch of strength checks and constitution checks. So, you will start by looking at the skills that are associated with might and constitution. It starts with you diving into the water, and you will have to make a swim check or a couple of swim checks until you reach a boat, to which you will start making constitution rowing. That's an actual focus. Constitution rowing. And then you will take this boat to the island where the actual obstacle course is. So from there, it's going to be a series of running, jumping, climbing, etc., and you have to do it within a certain time. Get it completed within a certain time.
When you say she's got to jump into some water, is that the deep ocean?
Technically, yes.
Yes.
She has thalassophobia. She's scared of the deep ocean.
It's
It's part of the trial. So
the ultimate end goal is to get to the summit of a small mountain and ring a sacred bell.
Right, ring a sacred bell. So if you want to find ways to overcome your fears really quickly, maybe some hallucinogenic fruits.
It's time
Let me
for
get high
swimming
real
testing
quick.
right before this.
Let's look at the performance enhancing.
Question: is turning into a dragon and just flying there considered cheating?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Is riding a griffin considered cheating?
Yeah.
Considering there has never been a precedent for this.
Ooh.
Any sort of help is considered cheating.
Right. This is not the trial of the mind, because that would be like clever and creative ways to get to this problem. This is a trial of pure might. And that does also include like mental might, like overcoming your fears. That's part of it too.
Can I roll a willpower courage to see how well Pasha manages to jump off of the high thing into the ocean? Or like how well she...
Yeah, so before we begin this, I will say that you are going to be given the option of 3 different advantage rolls. So it essentially lets you roll twice and get, the whatever is the better of the 2 rolls. You have to declare it before you make the roll that you're going to be taking an advantage roll. And again, your bonus, your +1 bonus for being in the Isles is still applicable, and any other benefits that you have for not being in the region of diminished water.
Part of me is like, could I just grab one of the scaled ones and make out with it in order to get the plus whatever bonus?
I was gonna ask one thing. Would it be possible for like Russo or someone to give her like a little pep talk and actually like help her go over the basics of swimming?
100%.
Also,
100%.
Water gives you +1 to con, so you're gonna get +1 on all your con stuff.
Yeah, I've put that in my thing just so I always remember.
So I'm gonna perch this as a persuasion roll to be like, you can do this, you got this, just don't look down.
Yeah,
don't look down as you jump into it. Don't look down.
Do a blind dive.
Roll your persuasion, then, Russo.
I did, for whatever reason. 14 with 3.
15 with 3 stun points, it would be.
Points. So what I will say is, I will say with Russo's pep talk, Pasha, you will get an additional +3 to your courage rolls. That's in addition to your +1 that you already had. So you get a +4 on your courage rolls.
Okay.
And then I'm also going over like the basics of swimming. Like once you get into the water, this is what you do, how you stay afloat.
Does she not know how to swim at all? Period.
I would assume she knows how to swim, just based on the fact that she grew up on an island.
I would think so, yeah.
But I think it's just that after what happened with Dandelion, she was like, I can't go out in the ocean. I'll go in a lake, as long as it's not that deep, but I can't go out on the ocean. So
Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess whenever you're ready, if you want to roll your courage, and again, you have the option to use one of your 3 advantage rolls.
She got a 22. With 5
Okay.
stunt points.
Yeah, I mean, yes. So definitely with Russo's help, you believe that Pasha can overcome, at least in the moment, her fear, and just persevere through this water, swimming through the deep end. Okay, cool. All right, Pasha. So what I am going to do is, I'm just going to narrate this and just have you roll a whole bunch of checks, skill checks. So, I guess the master of the trials will give you the, on your mark, get set, and go. And you are pumped and ready to just dive into the water. Go ahead and roll me your swim checks, please.
Is that Constitution?
Constitution, I believe. Constitution.
Constitution swimming.
With a focus, if you have a focus. I'm assuming you don't have.
I do not. I'm going to use advantage on this. So I'm going to roll twice.
All right.
Good work, me.
21 with 6.
Nice. 21.
That was a well done advantage.
Yes.
I know Pasha's weaknesses.
You just tear through the water. Like, I think part of it might be because, like, you're just trying to get through this part as quickly as possible. Like, yeah, just get me through this part. Just get me through this part. So the adrenaline is rushing through you. You make very good time. That as you get your way to the rowboat, you will be able to pull yourself in the rowboat. Now, I would like for her to make a Constitution rowing check.
I'm gonna have this be whatever.
Okay.
17.
No. Yes.
18. 18.
Oh, 18, thank you.
Nice. So yeah, you will be able to make your way and row very quickly. The people who are watching are all super impressed that she's doing so well, including the guard that was watching over you at the jail cell. He actually seems, wow, okay, this girl means business.
She almost like a scaled one.
Almost, yes. That's
Her
right.
tactic for swimming is indeed just like an alligator or something, just through the water.
Jonathan leans over to Darren and just says,
I don't envy Athor.
She was just gonna smile. And then Pasha, go ahead and roll me a Constitution stamina roll as you're, continuing to row towards the island with the obstacle course. Stamina.
I'm gonna take advantage on this. 14 3 stunt points.
Nice. Okay, 14. 15 3 stunt points. Nice. Excellent, well done. You will make your way to the shore, to the other side, where the obstacle course begins. So the first thing that is going to happen is that there's going to be this wall that you are going to have to climb. You're going to have to scale this side of the bluff, I guess, cliff, bluff. So you can go ahead and use a strength climbing for that.
It's just going to take one roll. 18.
19.
19. I keep forgetting the +1.
I'll be here for that.
Powering through, she scales up this mountain almost like Peter Parker, up this wall, like Spider-Man style. And then once you reach over the wall, you are going to start basically running, because there's like another, I guess, cliff that you have to jump over to reach the other side. And I will say that there appears to be two of these jumps. One is longer than the other. So the first one is going to be a shorter jump, and the second one is going to be a longer jump, just as an FYI.
Okay.
So I will ask you for 2 jumps in a row, strength jumps in a row.
Okay, first one, gonna take it as is. 15.
That's enough. Second one is a longer jump.
I'm gonna take advantage on this.
Good idea.
15.
Okay, I am going to say that you are able to leap, but you just...
Wait, would your crown be able to make that a stunt, so make it a little bit better?
I could give myself 3 stunt points.
You could, if you'd like.
I'm gonna do that.
Yes, alright. With those 3 stunt points, I will allow you to reach over and hit the other just off to the edge of the side, and then continue moving. There is a scaled one dressed in full, like, warrior outfit. And you will see that there is off to the side is a weapons rack, from which you may choose really any bludgeoning weapon that you choose. And your job is to, like, basically make your way past this person. You could dex your way past him, but you feel that it might be easier to just kind of force your way through him. So that's up to you.
Would there be a technically speaking, would they have taken away Pasha's armored glove?
I'm going to say no, because it's not an obvious weapon.
Yeah, I think that makes sense too.
In that case, Pasha's weapon of choice is her fist, and she's just gonna try and knock this guy out. Just be gone.
Yeah. Roll bludgeoning.
That is an attack with my gauntlet. 13.
Okay, the first one is not quite going to be enough. You may attempt to attack him again. He's not going to attack you back. Like, he pretty much, he's there to slow you down. So,
okay.
So
he's a living wall.
Right. So he's going to stall for time. What did you get?
22 with 6 stomp points.
Oh my gosh! Yes. With those 6 stunt points, cinematically tell us how you knock this person out. Cinematically.
Falcon punch.
I think she goes to punch him once, and like maybe he deflects it, and so she kind of does like oh, I'm gonna dash around you, and when he kind of goes no, she just kind of swings, and he just spins and goes down, and she just kind of jumps over his body and maybe over her shoulder. I'm sorry.
There's an applause from the crowd, mostly the younger ones. I would say the older scaled ones are just, very stoic and very, emotionless watching this whole thing. But some of the younger scaled ones are like, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Is giving a golf clap.
Yeah. All right, nice. Okay, and then the next thing is, so you get to a spot where you need to go inside this like cavern, but the cavern is covered with a large boulder that essentially you have to roll the boulder to the side to open up the cavern.
Okay.
So that will require a straight up strength might roll.
20.
Nice.
Talk about unlocking your inner Chris Redfield.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. You will roll the boulder. You will go through this cavern, and there is a light. It's more like a tunnel than it is a cavern, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And really, all it is just going to be a straight up Constitution running to book it as fast as you can through this tunnel.
Do you have an advantage? I think maybe
I used all
No,
3
she
of
used
them.
all 3.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
19.
That's still crazy good. You are making amazing time.
Harsha's trying to break a world record here. She's like,
Right,
I'm gonna
no.
be the best.
This is ridiculously good. Okay, last thing. You get to the end of the tunnel, and there is just one more climb up to reach the sacred bell. And so I will ask you for 3 climb rolls in succession.
Okay.
3 climb rolls in succession.
Okay. 17.
Nice. Go ahead.
18.
Yes.
20 with 5.
Oh my gosh. So I will let Gremlin Mike decide, but these rolls have been crazy good. Like to the point where probably record-breaking crazy good. Probably.
I basically, my only question is, is she wearing gloves when she goes to ring the bell?
She would have been wearing the gloves that.
Okay, that just making sure. Then yeah, you ring the bell, and there's a roarous cheer from everyone. The scaled ones, your group, everyone. When you do get back to everyone, Dazrul will look you over and,
Well, congratulations. Not only have you passed, but you matched my record.